Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new loot video for you all today. Now, before I actually get into today's loot video, I want to introduce you guys to one of my brand new alternate accounts. Now, this account is actually very special to me because this is the very first RuneScape account that I ever created. As you can see on screen, it looks like the very first day I logged into RuneScape in my life was October 27th, 2006 on a Friday. So I figured since I played on this account all those years ago, why not play on it all these years later? So here I am just simply splashing. I already got 40 base, as you can see, and then after I got 81 magic, I decided, alright, let me take a break from splashing, focus on sand crabs, get my combat up to where it needs to be, and then go to Nightmare Zone to finalize everything and start making loot videos on this account. So with that being said, that is exactly what I have been doing the last couple of months, and here we are today with 80 attack, 80 strength, 60 defense, 76 prayer, which I will get to 80 before I start this new grind, as well as 81 magic and 40 range. I'm going to be prioritizing melee especially for this video, so before we start training defense up and before we start killing 5,000 Tzhaar-Ket today, I think it's smart to get a fire cape first. We're already going to be in this area anyway, so it won't take too long to walk on over to the Tzhaar-Kets right after this. I went with a Noxious Halberd for the fight cave run for the very first time using melee here, and I'd like to think after killing Jad almost 200 times on my main account that I've mastered this, so maybe we'll get lucky and get a pet, but we are definitely guaranteed to get that fire cape. We just have to knock out all these healers, make sure to keep a safe distance from Jad so we can avoid his melee attack, and then we just have to simply alternate between praying magic and praying range, and in no time the fire cape has been obtained. Was nice to complete a few combat tasks there, but unfortunately no pet, but we do have the fire cape, which means we're going to swap it out from the Obsidian to the fire. Then I will get the inventory set up and we will start today's loot video. But first, a few words from today's sponsor. This video is brought to you by Boot.dev. So Boot.dev is building the smartest way to master programming, and that's by tackling the hardest problem with learning how to program. And what is that? That is boredom. That's right, Boot.dev does not want you to be bored while learning how to become a successful programmer. They use tactics learned from modern game design to push you towards a goal, a career in backend development. Through hands-on lessons that balance theory with practice, you're going to be prepared to tackle technical interviews and forge a very successful programming career. And if you have any problems along the way, Boot.dev has one of the most successful and helpful Discord communities out there, so any question that you may have, you'll always have someone with an answer waiting for you. And Boot.dev never wants you to feel like you're not getting your money's worth, so they do offer a 30-day, no questions asked refund policy, as well as a free demo of every interactive experience on every course. It's free to create an account today and demo the interactive features on all of the courses, and if you do happen to enjoy what you see, click on the link in the description and make sure to use code MrNoSleep to get 25% off your first payment for Boot.dev. And a huge thank you to Boot.dev for sponsoring today's video. I absolutely love you guys. You are so supportive of the channel, and yeah, thank you so much. Well, with all of our training and preparation completed, it's now time to pick a username. So I went with Say No Sleep. Something about the word say and what S-A-Y stands for. I just like it. And then you have the no sleep after it. Yeah, I think I'll stick with it and probably, yeah, stick with it forever, I imagine. Well, we are going to now show the fire cape in order to enter the area of More Ol Rec. Actually, that's not what it's called, but that's the music track that starts playing when you enter. So, you know, close enough. But either way, once you enter the new city, there's the Inferno in the middle. We all know and love that. The Infernal Eels all the way to the east there. Also have some ores around here as well as some gems and stalls, and this is actually where I did my 10 hour of pickpocketing video recently, so multiple accounts in this area. As you can see, the bank tab, these are the starting supplies for today. We are going to be using prayer potions this whole video starting with 1,000, and we're also going to be using super strength and super attack to boost our DPS. This will be the very first video made on this new account, and we are starting at 80 attack, 80 strength, and 60 defense. The gear for this one will be full obsidian with a berserker necklace, regen bracelet, and berserker ring, but it is subject to change. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you loot from 5,000 Tzhaar-Ket. All kills will be tracked through defense XP. You get 800 defense experience for every one Tzhaar-Ket kill. So one kill equals 800 XP. So we're simply going to go add 4 million defense XP to our endpoint Our start point is 275k defense XP, and we will be finishing this video once we have obtained 4 million defense XP. This is going to take a very long time, but it's going to be extremely AFK, so that is why I'm going to be able to do this. All it's going to take is, yeah, just a lot of time, but AFK the whole way should not be much effort involved. Ceridome and Godsword is going to be used every now and again in order to get some free prayer points back. It's always good to save money. Now, since I was only 80 prayer, I did realize at the very beginning that I did not have that much prayer bonus, although my DPS was decent because I was rocking the regen bracelet as well as the dragon boots. Later on, I did make the decision to get better prayer gear in terms of gloves and boot slot, so we'll get to that a little bit later on, but this was the very first time I was just kind of AFKing, meleeing the Tzhaar-Kets. I've done so many different Tzhaar videos in the past covering this area, and especially these specific Tzhaar monsters. They are the highest level of any Tzhaar monster in this area, and they do give you the most profit in terms of loot, but I usually safe spot them, so yeah, this is probably the second time that I've just killed them with melee and used overhead prayers. However, this is the first time that I'm doing it on a lower level account, and since the defense level was only 60 and I was training it on these high level Tzhaar-Kets, I was only able to get about 35 to 40 kills an hour at the very start, but later on as I was advancing in defense levels, getting like 65, 70, 75 and so on, the kills per hour did go up. If I was paying enough attention, it would usually be anywhere from 50 to 55, maybe even upwards of 60 at the very end. I would always have this account screen right next to my main. It would be on the left side and then my main would be on the right, and then I would use my other monitor for all of my other accounts, such as my Iron Man and my other lower levels skillers and splashers. I haven't like been doing crazy amounts of accounts like Evescape or anything like that, but I usually keep it to around 5, and 2 of the 5 are usually always completely AFK just splashing. So that leaves the other 3 to, you know, make videos, which is why you guys are going to see a lot more videos, and I'm very excited for that. But here we are with our first drop of the video, the Obsidian Maul, and not too long after that, the Obsidian Plate Legs. I don't have any of these items on my collection logs, so if I was able to record in time, I would get the collection log drop down, but either way, you will see the notification. 843k for the Obsidian Plate Legs, 2.6% into the video so far with already 2 drops, and alongside the Obsidian drops, which are the rarest ones to get here, especially the plate body, the helmet, and the plate legs, the other items such as the shield, the maul, and the cape are not as uncommon. Another thing that is uncommon here is dying, but yes, I did die I think like 3 times during this whole video, so that's actually not too bad considering it was over 100 hours to do this one. So, you know, only lost concentration 3 different times. That, you know, 3% is not terrible. Another beautiful drop just a little bit later, Obsidian helmet this time, 628k. That definitely deserves a dance, and we'll go ahead and put that in the bank. Now at 67 defense and getting a little bit closer to 80 HP as well, currently 77. Around 10% of completion so far with multiple drops and over 12,000 Tokkul. 500 kills into the video with 4,500 left to go. Did run into a few genies during the course of this one, and this specific genie lamp did get me 70 defense, so that's cool. We started at 60, now we're already at 70. I wonder what we're going to end up with, but either way, Obsidian Cape. All right, 732k. It's a nice time to be doing an Obsidian related video. The price on all of these items are so nice right now. This is not a botted area from everything I've seen. I don't think bots have infiltrated this area. So yeah, it's so cool that Obsidian has stayed pretty good in price. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take Holy Sandals and Holy Wraps from my main account because my prayer bonus right now is +6, but I need it to at least double, and I will lose the offensiveness of the dragon boots and regen bracelet, but that's okay. I need the prayer bonus because yeah, my prayer just kept dropping. Obsidian plate body, new collection log, as well as the most expensive item that you can currently get from killing the Tzhaar-Ket. 992k, and definitely has the potential to be over 1 million GP more often times than not. Following that, another combat level this time, 99 combat. Took no time to get 80 base and Nightmare Zone, and that's why I really wanted to get my final 80 at Tzhaar-Ket's. I thought it would be cool to, you know, during the course of this whole loot video, not only get a ton of drops, but also see a ton of levels too. Although I didn't get all of the levels on recording, I did get all of the drops. drops, and here we are 1,000 kills into the video with another Obsidian Maul. Current price 315k. Now this account is 1 Slayer, so you know I know that Granite Mauls are also a pretty decent price, but you need 75 Slayer in order to kill a Gargoyle to get it. But here, to get an Obsidian Maul, you don't need any Slayer levels. Well, the bank tab is looking pretty good. I still haven't gotten the Obsidian Shield yet, so that'll be the last item in the collection log from this specific monster. Those are my alts, looking all so good at the Grand Exchange. Not looking as good as those Obsidian plate legs though, am I right? 790k. Almost anyway, and right before that I managed to hit 75 defense, which does unlock a few nice upgrades, which you will see in the next video from this account. Well, it took long enough. After a banking session, I did receive the Obsidian Shield, which is at an all-time high price of 530, upwards of 570k. Another collection log, the 11th overall collection log slot on this account. 25% of the way completed out of 100% of 4 million defense experience gained. Another system update. I saw quite a few of those during the course of this month, but nevertheless, another Obsidian cape drop. So that is really cool. It's raining capes today, and the price is still over 700k, almost at 40,000 Tokkul as well. I decided not to wear a Ring of Wealth for this video just because on the off chance that I did get Tokkul, Runelight would actually track the loot. So that was cool that Runelight was able to track a few kills here. Otherwise, if you don't get Tokkul, you virtually get no drop at all unless it's an Obsidian drop, so Runelight does not track it. Looking at the collection log, pretty good progress so far, and so many drops. I mean, that's what happens when you stay here for so long, and it was just so cool, you know. I'd be working on many different videos on many different accounts, and then I'd always see to the left of me a nice drop on the ground. There we have 79 defense, almost 80 base, and there it is. 80 strength, 80 attack, and 80 defense. That's incredible, and guess what? We're not even halfway completed, so it looks like our defense level is going to overtake strength and attack in no time. Nice to see 80 hit points as well, and following that just a little bit later, 81 defense, our new highest combat skill. I do imagine I'll stick with defense and just go for 99, but I might go ahead and do 90 attack and 90 strength first. We'll see. 50% of the way there. More drops coming in. 2,500 kills out of 5,000 all these weeks later. If you're curious how long this video actually took, I will tell you at the very end of the video, so stay tuned for that. 82 defense, not too long after that beautiful Obsidian cape drop to give us a total level of 850 now. I will work on that over time. Seems like the drop that I got the most of out of everything is no doubt about it, the Obsidian cape. I saw that so much throughout this video, and at the price of 720 to 750k, I will certainly take it. Even the shield is worth over 500k, so this is not a bad money-making method. I mean, granted, I was using supersets, occasionally super combats, and always using prayer potions, so I will deduct the cost of supplies, but this was more so for the loot video. I knew I was going to profit no matter what, but it was just so AFK, and there's no requirements other than a fire cape to kill this monster, so it just really worked out for an easy video to do. Certainly a long-term video, but easy video, you know, and I love AFK, I love profit, so it just all worked out so well. While you guys see just these Obsidian drops raining in, I do want to say I've covered this monster every year for the last 8 years in one way or another, and that's mainly because it's such a nostalgic monster for me. I made some of my best GP here as a kid with a rune halberd, and an old friend of mine, rank 1 range in old school RuneScape, actually killed all these Tzhaar monsters in order to get 200 mil range. So it's just such a cool monster, very iconic in my eyes, and the fact that you can safe spot this higher advanced level version, or if you want to call it that, of the Tzhaar-Ket, as well as you can safe spot the lower level version who doesn't drop the armor pieces, I just think it's cool because this is accessible to almost everyone in the game. Obviously, kills per hour really does vary on what your levels are and what method you're using, whether it's range, magic, or melee, but I've also seen people bring a Venator bow here. I've seen higher levels bring Ice Barrage, so you can definitely get a lot more kills an hour than I was. Again, I was starting at 35 kills an hour, and I ended up peaking around 60 kills an hour, so it's really not that much, even with decent stats and a decent amount of DPS. But the higher level you are, the faster you can kill kill these things, especially if you're on Slayer task, and overall you're going to get a good idea of what you can expect from the loot once you see 5,000 kills. Well, I lost count on how many cape drops we have gotten so far, but look at that Tokkul, almost 100,000, and again, I don't have any Karamja diaries completed on this account to benefit me with Tokkul in any way, so this was all from scratch. 100,000 Tokkul has been obtained. I did forget to pick up roughly 2,000 during the course of this whole video. I know that seems like a lot, but don't worry, I did account for it with the Tokkul that I got from the first ever fire cape drop, and yes, I did actually get another Obsidian plate body, and it was cool to see the glow on the ground. That is because it's over 1 mil in this specific clip. Prices did fluctuate throughout the month. It just really depended on the day. As you can see, the Obsidian cape is below 700k at this point, so this was such a long journey that you get to see the price difference between certain weeks with the Obsidian items. As you can tell, there are other drops here I did not really mention, but you do get the ensouled heads, and you do get a decent amount of gems as well. So, I mean, I'll price check all of them. It'll just add to the price check, but really the highlight from this one is all these lovely Obsidian drops, never seeming to end. I have never done this many Tzhaar-Kets before. The most I've killed was 3,000 at a time, and I did that twice on my Iron Man account. For some strange reason, I guess I wanted to collect Obsidian, and on this account, we are beating my record with 5,000, and it was just, wow, it's a lot. No one needs to kill this many Tzhaars, that's for sure. They're cool, but you know, unless you're rank 1 range Metal Shadow, I don't think you should be killing thousands of them. You leave it to me, ladies and gentlemen, and I will show you the way. I will show you the potential profit that you can get here if you decide to kill these Tzhaar-Kets. Yeah, it was a really chill grind. I was doing a ton of bonfiring on my main account and a lot of AFKing at Varlamore on my Iron Man. There we have another Obsidian cape drop 30 minutes later. It's not that often that I got 2 drops in one inventory, but I think it happened probably maybe 2 or 3 times throughout the whole entire journey. Getting over 120,000 Tokkul now and leading to another Obsidian Maul drop. Wow, this has been a long journey, and I am so happy to see that it's 99.9% of the way over. Just a few more hits here and we'll have obtained, there it is, ladies and gentlemen, 5,000 Tzhaar-Kets, also known as 4 million defense XP gained here. We killed them. We gained all the XP. I did it, guys. It took a long time. Let's go through the price check. God, this feels good, man. You know, this is a long journey right here. We are about to see so many cool drops. I'm looking forward to seeing how much this comes out to be. The very first price check, this is going to be all of the normal drops, featuring the ensouled heads, the onyx bolt tips, as well as the diamond, ruby, emerald, and sapphire. Gosh, I love those names. 2.3 mil from the very first price check, this being the normal drops. Let's now move on to the second price check, this being the rare drops. We have 2 helmets, 3 plate bodies, 4 plate legs, 7 shields, 8 mauls, and 13 capes. Overall amount 23.2 million GP rounded up. Now for the third price check, we're going to spend our 126,000 Tokkul. That is exactly how much I got, even with the 2k not picked up, and that comes out to be 1 mil from the Obsidian plate body that I was able to purchase. Combining all those price checks together, it looks like I made 26.5 mil from 5,000 Tzhaar-Ket. I went from 60 to 87 defense, and I also got a decent amount of HP levels. This took over 100 hours to do and roughly 20 days or so. Let's go see how much I spent in supplies. 13 mil spent in supplies, so 13.5 mil profit. Basically pays for a bond, but yeah, it took longer than the amount of time that a bond would give you in order to do this. However, do keep in mind that I started at 60 defense, and throughout the course of the video, as I was progressing in levels, the kills per hour did go up. So starting a little bit slow, but ending on a better note, and ending with a decent amount of profit from this one. Well, it was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you have any suggestions on what you want to see next from this account, let me know in the comments section below. Thank you for everything, and a huge shout out to the YouTube channel members with a special honorary mention to DeceptionZ, xXzoticx, and DaeDogGaming. Till next time, Mr. No Sleep, out.